on YouPown, as in PWN, you've been owned. And I'm going to start streaming on Facebook. Oh, blimey. So there we go. Okay, all right. Let's get the show on the road. So it should be a pretty fascinating show today. We've got Jon Wedger, Ex-CID, coming in to tell us about, how they oil the rails of democracy in the good old UK. Yeah. Let's have a bit of music coming up in a few minutes, folks. Coming up in a few minutes. And that is the wrong show detail. Let me change that. Just running a few minutes late today, folks. Got a bit of a problem with my guest on Discord. Guess what? Aye, it happens. All right. Just a few minutes late, folks. Just a few minutes late. Yeah. Did you check out that news today? Whoa! Oh, Hillary Clinton must be crying, bless her. Bugger the New World Order! Calling me guest here. I hope he's wearing a shirt. Hey, John.
Hello, Ollie. Yeah, I'm just trying to connect now.
All right.
I've had to do it via Skype.
Oh dear. That's worse. Look, I'll tell you what. John.
Listen, there might be some confusion.
Whoa, hold on a sec.
Radio, aren't we?
You're on air because I've actually started the show, sort of thing. So, but you see, so be careful what you say. But can you not just try gov.ly/rant again? It was working. Go on.
But the other lads that are on here, they don't get Discord.
Oh, please. No, don't use Skype. Skype. Oh, no. It's the VoIP of the devil, sir.
Right. He's about to start, Andy. I'm going to lose you just for a second, mate. But I should come back on the other thing.
Discord.
Right,
I'll tell you what. If you want, call me on Facebook, but not Skype.
I'll go back to Discord.
All right, let's have a
go
go with
back to Discord.
God bless you. Cheerio.
Right. And what do I do? Just type Ollie Connolly on there.
Well, if you go to gov.ly/rant, and then it should just what you did before.
So I'll go,
and it should say, do you want to join the server for daily chaos, and say yeah, pop your name in.
Right, hang on a sec. Honestly, I really am a massive rubbish with all this.
We're used to it. We're all technophobes around here. Yeah.
Right. Right. One sec. So what is it? Gov? What is it?
GUV.li/
Right. GUV.
Dot LI / rant. RANT. Not that we do.
RAND.
RANT, sir. Rant. Yeah. Like that.
Rant.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Right. One second.
Good man.
God.
Seat of our pants. Seat of our pants for all you lot listening on D-Live. God bless you. And YouTube, oh dear, and Facebook.
Right, what do I click onto the Discord bit? Discord GG.
You should
Daily
see
Chaos.
That's it. Yeah. And you should see the Union Jack ballot box, and that's what you want. Click on that, and then you can
Daily
click on
Chaos YouTube.
Yeah.
No, you're not the YouTube one, are you?
Hey, what? Oh no, the Daily Chaos. This. Can you see an icon which has got the Union Jack on it? You did it before, or your boy did.
I've got the Daily Chaos come up.
There you go.
Right, the icon with the Union Jack.
Just click on green room. Can you see the green room? One of the channels there.
Yeah, no, I only got that through Discord. Just give us 1 sec, because it's come up on their on the YouTube channel or not.
Come up on the YouTube channel. Discord hasn't got anything to do with YouTube,
all I've got
sir.
Is, daily Steam it.
No. That's not it. That's a different link. gov.ly/rant. RENT.
Yeah, RANT. That's what I've done. GUV.li/rant.
That's the one.
And all it's come up with is videos.
Blimey. Look, I'll tell you what. I will sort something else out for you. I'll sort you with a link. And we'll start the show in 10 minutes. So there's no pressure, for crying out loud. We can have a cup of tea in the meantime. All right? So just bear with me 1 sec. Let me just see if I can sort you out with a link for something else. Another tool that we can use, which is probably going to be better. Something called Jitsi. All you need to do with that is put in a link and we're there. So bear with me 1 sec. Let me just make sure I've got a bit of music queued up. Here we go. Just keep the troops happy. All right. Okay. So let me just do this. Jitsi. Blimey. I'll tell you what, folks, if you're listening to this, you know what? Producing the show does take a bit of this and that and the other. And actually, what I could really do with it is a bit of software called Wirecast, which would streamline the process quite a lot. So if you can, please donate. Gov.ly. Oh, no. PayPal.me /Brexit. Something like that. Anyway.
Yeah.
Jitsi. I don't know what's going on with Discord there. I was talking to John on Discord a bit ago. Okay. So let me give this a.
I've got to give
Daily.
Connolly from it as well.
Oh.
We don't seem to know each other.
DC.
So he could be back on show as well. I'm in a world of confusion here.
Right. Blimey. I think John's double booked another interview. Well, that's good. We're getting the word out between us. Good news. Got to do that. Right. Okay. Let's see if this works. Aye. We'll start in a few minutes, people. We will start in a few minutes. Did you hear about De Niro? That story? Oh dear, caught up in a child pedo ring or something. Blimey, I tell you what. What was that you said about Trump? Ha ha! Aye. Right, okay. Yeah. Abject chaos. Yeah, they don't call it daily chaos for nothing, people. Blimey. Right.
Right. Hello, can you hear me?
John, I am sending you a link right now. Click on that link, please, and we should be able to talk using that. Keep on.
Ollie,
Go on.
Is this Raconteur Radio?
No, it's not. It's Daily Chaos.
Oh, Daily, right. I've got Raconteur Radio calling me at the same time.
Oh,
I thought we were both connected.
No, never heard of them. But they sound great. If they want to interview you, they are great.
Right, okay, all right, okay, right, all right, I'll click on the thing. One sec.
Popular man, you see. Popular man. People want to talk to this guy, and everybody, apart from the mainstream media, the fake stream media, the BBC and all that lot. Yeah, they don't, do they? They want to suppress this. When I was having problems with John earlier, I didn't half wonder if it wasn't GCHQ putting their oar in. Nothing would surprise me. Anyway, oh, hey John. Yeah, let me know when you've. Oh, hold on a sec. It would help if I went to it too. That link, probably. Blind. Here we go. Right, I'm there. I'm going there, and we should just be able to. Yeah, you're there. Yeah, okay. I'm gonna. Oh, whoa! I'll cut off Skype. John, can you hear me? John? Oh, blimey. Whoa. This is all getting a bit hectic. I said. John, can you hear me? Can you hear me, John? Oh, no. Oh, it's all right. I thought, oh, no. Oh, it's all right. Oh, blimey. You'll have to excuse us, folks. Technical ruddy mayhem tonight. We did have this sorted half an hour ago, but that's life. This is when you need a studio producer. Right. Oh. Aye. I might have to delay this, folks. I might have to delay this. After all that. If I can't hear John, because it says now on Jitsi, a network problem occurred. Reconnecting via GCHQ in Cheltenham. Guess what? Oh, I tell you what, they don't want us talking about this, do they? They do not want us talking about the Savile links, that is for sure. Running a bit late, folks, if you're just joining. Running a wee bit late. Got some serious problems with my telephony with my guest tonight. But my word, I tell you, he's well worth it. Well worth it. It's quite nice, this one. Hold on. We need this. Let's have a bit of a chill. Wow. That's beautiful. You've just joined, people. Just trying to get my guest on some kind of a telephone line. Fun and games here tonight. I don't know whether that's me or GCHQ. I can tell you it isn't me, actually. I don't know what it is, but... bear with us, people. And if you're watching on Facebook, you should be watching on D-Live, yeah? D-Live. Don't support fascist networks, people, any more than we have to. Get on D-Live, gov.ly/chaos. Thomas Bell says, well, yep, they don't want us talking about paedophiles. They certainly don't want us talking about VIP paedophiles. No question about that. Don't know what's happened to Jon Wedger, folks, but I'm trying to get him on the blower. Give him a bell. I think he double booked though as well. I don't know. Maybe their telephony was working better than mine. Do-do-do-do. Do-do-do-do. Do-do-do-do-do. Aye, aye, aye. You know what? The show must go on. So, yeah. There we go. Do that. Hey, folks. Good evening, good people. And welcome to the Daily Chaos. Isn't it just? The show ain't daily, but the chaos is. I'm Ollie Connolly. Thanks for turning up. And now, I'm not quite sure that this is going to be now, actually. Pedo Britain! So how extensive is the culture of child rape, satanic abuse and child killing in the UK? How far ingrained is it in the echelons of society? To what extent has the police state been covering up this depravity? And are we at last on the verge of seeing BBC Bloody News ditching the dodgy uncle for a caring auntie that bothers to try some journalism? Don't hold your breath. Ex-CID whistleblower Jon Wedger, one of the bravest men in the kingdom, blows the lid on the mendacious sham that runs this country. That wrought EU fascism onto us, and that continues to pervert our culture, our children, and their future as they hold an unjust power. I'll be taking your calls from 7:30. Actually, I'll be taking your calls in just a minute because I'm not sure that I'm going to have my guest. Oh, yeah. So that's gov.ly/rant. And we'll see you in the comments. Oh, yeah. Please watch this show on D Live, people. Please. That's gov.ly/chaos. Yeah, let's not support fascist bot. Let's not support YouPorn. PWN. Let's support people that support us. And if you haven't already done so, please share the show. That'd be cool. But having said that, I'm not sure that my guest, my so awesome guest, the most important guest I've ever had on the show, is actually gonna turn up for a chat, because he did not have some telephony problems. Jon Wedger, can you hear me, sir? No, I don't think he's not here at the moment. He's not here at the moment, but we'll live in hope. And if it doesn't work for some reason tonight with Mr. Wedger, I promise you, I will get him back very, very shortly, very, very soon to do this. In fact, I'm interviewing him tomorrow for another network again. And so I can discuss it with him then if we don't talk in the meantime. Oh dear. Okay, let's see who we have got here. I think we've got Helen Lasky-Smith. Helen Lasky-Smith, can you hear me, my dear? I promise you, I will get him back very, very shortly. Very, very soon. I can hear me. Can you hear me? Interviewing him tomorrow. For another network again. I don't know that Helen realizes that she's called me up and she's not listening to the phone to see if I'm going to pick it up. But okay, I'll put her on mute for a sec. We've got James Gore here too. James, hello, sir.
Hello, how are you?
Good, James. How are you? Good evening.
I'm good.
I'll tell you, a bit of a chaotic start to the show.
Saturday, I was on top of a bus.
You were on the top of a bus on Saturday?
Yeah. Oh, aye.
What was that, the Free Tommy?
Yeah.
In London. Thousands turned up. Got absolute scant trace coverage. I didn't see any on the BBC. I don't know if you did. I saw one piece in the Independent where they were saying, everybody who cares about their country and their children must be, right-wing fanatics or something. They're supporting EU fascism, the Independent, owned by the bloody Saudis. Anyway, sorry. Excuse me. Yes,
also owned by the
You were on a
Vatican.
bus. Yeah, Russians too. Russians. You were on a bus, on the top of a bus on Saturday.
Yeah, with a megaphone, shouting this.
Good on you,
shouting
man.
what I know.
Where were you? Where was your pitch?
It was outside Trafalgar Square.
Hold on. That's a bloody mosquito. I just got a bloody mosquito. I swear these things are reincarnated as career politicians, yeah? Yeah.
Get a shotgun.
Go on, man. So yeah, okay, it's good. So it was amazing, the turnout. It was an incredible turnout. And we had Geert Wilders there. We had Gerard Batten, leader of UKIP. We had Anne-Marie Waters from For Britain. and we had bugger all media coverage. Bugger all media coverage. How do you fathom that?
There was more than 50,000 people there. I'm going the 23rd as well.
Well, that's Brexit Day. That's basically Freedom for Britain Day. No, that's what that march is about.
It's going to get. I reckon there'll be buses stopped on that day. I'm telling you.
I understand that on the London Underground, they were putting out announcements telling people that the Free Tommy event, had been cancelled. This is the British establishment at work, yeah? I also understand that people were turning up at their local railway stations to get into London, and they were having their placards taken away by police at the station as they entered the stations. Have you heard anything about that? And did you have any problems yourself getting to the demo?
No, well, I offered an IOU of my own.
Go on.
To the, and then the debt doesn't exist then, and the copper nearly arrested me. I said to her, well, he's not accepting payment, so they have oh well, if you give us your name. I did. Yeah, but I shouldn't have, because Aaron said. But next time I'll be more prepared. So they said, oh, you've got 20 days to appeal. So I thought to myself, why should I appeal to you?
Hold on, for what?
Whenever
you got fined for something.
Well, allegedly.
For what?
For offering payment for a train ticket, which was £86, and I wrote an IOU for £90.
Well, that's what a banknote is, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly.
Fiat currency. It hasn't got any value behind it, has it? Only the paper.
Exactly. So I ain't gonna turn up and beg for them for something I've already tried paying for. It's fraud.
So let me get this right. You offer, instead of a note, you offer these guys an IOU, which is basically the same thing. Your own currency as opposed to some fiat currency from somebody else. Your own fiat, really.
It says it in section. If you look under promissory notes and the bills of exchange, it clearly says it. It's staring at you. It says a promise to pay is an unconditional offer to pay.
So okay, yes, and so when that happened, who wanted to fine you?
Bloody train company.
They wanted to fine you. They wanted to fine you for. They didn't just say, "Look, we'll accept cash."
We're offering to pay a debt because everyone was going to that march. That's what it was.
So when did you end up getting on a bus, getting on the roof, or that was in London? Yeah.
Yeah, that was like after all the shenanigans. Some kid came with me and
People are laughing,
like,
mate. People are laughing.
The tyranny I've seen today.
Hey?
You can see it in his face. So I went with some kid.
Yeah.
When I was on the bus, after when everyone spoke, I just saw the opportunity. I saw a megaphone, someone holding a megaphone, straight on that bus, climbed on top of the roof, started shouting me peace, and everyone was going, "Oh, Tommy, Tommy." It was absolutely amazing. Oh, mate. I'd love to be on stage, me, speaking. I'd actually...
With me, but it's really echoey.
That's Lopi. Lopi, hello, darling. And by the way, James, John Brown says, "Warning, Freeman alert." Aye. Yes. Lopi, how are you?
I had a couple of things I wanted to tell you and everybody.
Go on.
If you don't mind me having a PSA real quick.
Having a what? Having a what? Don't do anything rude on the show.
service announcement.
A
Thing
P-
that really
a-
boiled me tits.
PSA.
Yeah.
What's a PSA?
Announcement.
Oh, it's
Everybody-
an announcement. Yeah, right. Go on. Yep.
Oh, go on, man. No, Lopi, tell.
The people I talk about. You see it in media. They say, "Oh, Asian grooming gangs and Asian this and that." I'm sorry to say, we all know are not politically correct. These are Muslims, and they're bad Muslims. They're not Asian. Asians are chinks, dukes, and any other yellow-skinned, black-eyed, little wonky person like me. Not these Middle Eastern, European sort of twonky people that behead people and eat only on certain days.
Mm. You know, you're breaking up really bad, Lopi. I can barely make out what you're saying, which is a pity. Hold on, we got Charlton here. Charlton, can you hear me? Praying for somebody with a decent phone line. Ah. Oh.
Is my phone line okay, Ollie?
Yours is good, James. Yours is good. Yours is always good until you start singing. And we've got Helen here too. Helen Lasky Smith. Hello, Helen. She's not paying attention.
Well,
Anyway, look, I'll tell you what I'm going to do, because I'm sorry, folks. I don't think it's going to work with Jon Wedger tonight. I'm really sorry about that. But I will reconvene. Absolutely. And I am talking to him tomorrow anyway.
Let's touch up on your title a bit. What's the pedo about? Say Hillary Clinton. What was all that about?
Well, yeah, let's do that. We'll go through the news. Because, hey, it's only been a quiet news day, hasn't it? What an amazing news day. Oh, hold on a sec. Oh, just an incredible news day. Let's see if we can get some comment. Let's see if we can get a bit of comment from the Hillary Clinton camp. See what they have to say. I phoned them earlier. This was the end of the line.
Why is everything gone quiet?
Yeah.
Oh, right.
And I called up Henry Kissinger and the Bilderberg lot, yeah?
Oh, he looks like him and Rockefeller look like different planets of them.
I called up the EU and the G7 got the same reply.
Why didn't you call up Pope Francis in the process?
I tell you what, it's just incredible, isn't it? Pope Francis could well have popped into the conversation with Jon Wedger tonight. Wouldn't surprise me at all. The Catholic Church certainly would have done, and will do when we get Mr. Wedger, Ex-CID Jon Wedger, God bless him, on the show. But you know what? No worries. Look, I'll go through some of the stuff that's been going on just today, care of this what is turning to be the most remarkable presidency of my lifetime. No question. Just absolutely incredible. I mean, let's put it into perspective. This guy has, even before he took power, he had already torpedoed the duopolistic politics, the Pepsi challenge that is the GOP stroke DNC or whatever, the grand old party stroke Democrats. Not by definition, they ain't. He'd done that before he even took power, which was pretty damned impressive. He did that in the primaries, yeah. And since then, what's he done? He has taken a hatchet to the New World Order, yeah. He's shown up the mainstream media for the fake stream that it is. One of the most important things. One of the most important things that you could do to expose the snake, the tongue on the snake the likes of the BBC, the Boys Buggering Club. Incredible. Incredible. This is an amazing president. He is now bringing some peace to this world. He has overseen, largely through just pulling back, and I don't know, I kind of wonder if he just let Putin and Iran get on with it to systematically destroy ISIS, which of course was born off the back of Al-Qaeda, which of course was a CIA construct, and which we know that the same people that were giving money to Hillary and Bill Clinton, to the Clinton Foundation, i.e. the Saudis and the Qataris, were also backing ISIS. And some of these people on, I don't know, morons or whatever are like, oh, we wanted Hillary Clinton, we wanted Hillary Clinton. And now they're all going, you know, is there something wrong with my thought process here? I'm extremely skeptical about politicians across the board, but it does seem to me that this guy, Donald Trump, so far, my word, he's draining the swamp. Is he not? Is he not draining the swamp? Is he not?
Well, I spoke to someone in Liverpool, and I'll not mention his name. He was telling the truth. He was sent to prison for telling the truth about Trump, about he's got sealed indictments to go after these people.
This is actually something that's been circulating today, a rumor that there are sealed indictments that are about to be released for the arrest of the likes of Hillary Clinton, George Bush Sr., George Herbert Walker, and W.
Oh my God!
And possibly Obama. I don't know the truth of it. That might be fake. On the other hand, I don't know, they were sprucing up Guantanamo Bay, weren't they? And Hillary looks great in an orange jumpsuit.
Oh, she's a reptilian.
I don't know. I'll tell you what. Incredible times. Lopi, can you hear me, my dear? Because she's in Utah. So, what's the mood? I watched a bit of CNN earlier. They were choking on their vomit whilst they were reporting this success in North Korea or in Singapore for the Korean Peninsula and for the whole world. They were choking back the tears. It was hilarious. The BBC the same. In the States, what is the general kind of sentiment today, would you say? I don't know if you've been out shopping and spoken to any folks or whatever, Lopi, but I imagine that this is people are very interested in this story, you know? They bloody well ought to be.
The majority of the eight that I talked to generally are quite happy with Trump. One's the Democrat, the ones who's used to not doing anything and getting a lot, ones who aren't happy, the ones that have a head and that don't care about the future. They want instant gratification. Who's upset? The ones that don't care about.
Lopi, do me a favour, my dear. Can you get a bit closer to your microphone? Because that might help.
You know, the ones that are, you know, they care more about themselves and nothing else.
What are you talking about? People in general these days?
The ones that, the ends that I talk to, they are quite happy with Trump doing and exposing all the guts of everything nobody wants to pay attention to, that brushes under the carpet.
Lopi, your sound is so bad. Your sound is so bad. I can barely hear you. It's a shame. Look, do me a favor. I'm going to kick you off the server. Please come back, because sometimes that sorts it out. We tried that with John and then he got completely lost. I shouldn't have done that, should I? But anyway, let's try it with you, Lopi, because I know you know your way around Discord a bit better. God bless you. So I've kicked her off. And we've got Charlton here. Charlton, can you hear me? And we've got Helen Lasky-Smith too. Yeah. Look, I'm going to play something. I'm going to play a couple of things that I've seen browsing around the web today. Yeah, so this is a bit of an ad hoc show.
Absolutely.
But this, I think, is very, very telling. It's 8.5 minutes, and it is about our dear Mayor of Londonistan. God bless him, Dick can't. Because he can't, can he? He can't. Yeah,
No.
I think did I pronounce it that way? This is him.
Oops.
This is him being questioned about what was it about? It was about the fact that all of his, brothers or whatever are marching around with flags, flying Kalashnikovs and basically symbols of violence, and he seems to think it's fine. Anyway, let's have a listen to this. Yeah, there's some concerned people.
Muslim pedo scum, sorry.
Now, hold on. Not everybody, but I mean, these ones that we're referring to here are merely terrorists, or at least they're drumming it up, aren't they? With their marches, with their. Oh, yeah. Okay, let's have a listen to this. Very telling.
Where Hezbollah flags are marched through the streets of London. The Hezbollah flag, as you probably know, has a gun. An assault rifle on the front, and it causes.
This is David Curtin, bless him. He was on the show a few months ago. Nice bloke. Hold on a sec. Let me start that again because I want people to hear what he's talking about.
The streets of London. The Hezbollah flag, as you probably know, has a gun, an assault rifle on the front, and it causes great distress and alarm to lots of people.
Oh,
you did mention the loophole that allows it to happen, in that the political wing of Hezbollah is not prescribed as a terrorist organisation, whereas the military wing is. Unlike countries like the
right, he's freezing. Look, folks, I'll tell you what, please. If you like this show, if you like what I'm trying to do, which is to expose plutocracy and defend democracy, then please, I could really do with a few quid. Because I need to get a fatter pipe. I'm not being rude. I need to get a fatter pipe. Coming out of this house here, I need more bandwidth. Because I'm trying to go up to 3 networks because I'm trying to spread the message, yeah? And I've got telephony. And I got people like Lopi. It's probably not entirely her fault that the sound isn't that good. So that doesn't help either, does it? So look, please, if you could donate a few quid, just a beer, yeah, it would help me out. I get very, very little in the way of donations, and part of it is because, to be honest with you, I don't like begging. But the God's honest truth is that if you think this message is more important than the crap you watch on the BBC, and that ain't difficult, then please support this show. PayPal.me/Brexit. Because if we don't get Brexit, if we don't win this battle, we will not win this war on globalization, on fascism. And we will end up with people like Hillary bloody Clinton, pedogate, all that, forever and a day. We won't be able to expose the pedophiles in Westminster that people like Tim Fortescue told us about and explain that's how we got into the EU, for crying out loud. Oh, hold on a sec. Let me play you that clip, yeah? Let me see if I can find you this clip. Listen to this.
Anyone with any sense who is in trouble would come to the witness and tell them the truth and say, no,
Oh, hold on, I cut it off. I apologize.
Anyone with any sense who is in trouble would come to the witness and tell them the truth and say, no, I'm in a jam.
Hold on, James.
Can you help? It might be debt. It might be scandal involving small boys, or any kind of scandal which a member seemed likely to be mixed up in. They'd come and ask if we could help. And if we could, we did. And we would do everything we can, because we would store up brownie points. That sounds a pretty nasty reason. But
Bloody
one of the
right it
reasons
does,
is
mate.
If we can get a chap out of trouble, then he'll do as we ask forevermore.
That's right. He was working for Ted Heath, his whip, yeah? Ted Heath's whip. The government that took us into the EEC. Wrap your heads around that one. And then we got the FCO 301048, which shows us that they knew that we would be rescinding our sovereignty. Swathes, all of it. About now. They knew it. They knew it. They withhold that document. They sealed it for 30 years. They covered it up. And how many times have you seen a news story about it? Have you ever heard it discussed on the BBC? Yes. PayPal.me/Brexit. I would be very, very grateful. Thank you. And share the show. Share the show. If you're poor, please just share the show. Absolutely incredible. Unbelievable. That is really this is the kind of mindset that we're up against, James.
Absolutely. This is why I'm bashing the law books.
Can I just say also, Tim Fortescue shared a desk, shared an office, was a fellow whip for 1 year, absolutely for sure, with a certain Ken Clark. Ken Clark, the elder of the house now. He was Cameron's justice minister, yeah? He was has been on the steering committee of the Bilderberg Group. Ken Clark. Ken Clark knew what was going on. You're welcome to come on the show and refute it, man. But if you don't know what your colleague Tim Fortescue was talking about, I'll eat my hat. You and your little black book. Filth!
And you got Philip Hammond, the big nose treasury man. I don't like him. Oh. Council exchequer my ass.
Unbelievable.
Sorry for the language.
No, that's all right. You got a lovely arse, mate. Thomas Bell says, yeah. But then we have to put in the fact that before making the choice to hire him, surely they should have checked his CV. I'm not sure he's referring to there. Ollie, I don't mean to bring this up. Do you think the BBC really didn't want to tell us about Jimmy Savile? Or they just want to sweep it under a really, really big carpet, asked Thomas Bell. Well, we know that they tried to they did cover it up for decades. But if you're in any doubt, it was ITV that finally exposed Jimmy Savile. The BBC were producing a documentary about Jimmy Savile. Some white hat producer at the BBC took it upon themselves, 2 or 3 folks, to produce a documentary about that. And BBC News buried it. And that only came out when ITV then produced their documentary and the BBC was forced to disclose various information about what they knew and about, for example, that documentary that had been buried. Jimmy Savile wasn't just a paedophile, he was a necrophiliac. And he also went round the wards raping incapacitated patients. For crying out loud. This is a guy that hung out with Louis Mountbatten, who, had he had his name, had he had his way, he would have renamed the house of Saxburg, Coburg, Gotha, bloody whatever to Germany, to Mountbatten. Savile hung out off the back of Louis Mountbatten, who some people allege was blown up by the IRA because of what he did to little boys in Kincora. I've got no idea. They do know he had dandruff because they found his head and shoulders on the beach. He was hanging out with Prince Philip, and he was hanging out with Prince Charles. He was even a marriage counsellor to Charles and Diana, for God's sake, Sir Jimmy Savile. Knighted, KCGE or whatever it is that they knight their nonsense with. Unbelievable. We've got Thomas Whitelock here. Thomas, can you hear me, sir?
Yeah, I can hear you loud and clear, Ollie.
How are you, mate?
I'm fine, thanks. Have you seen the news about some guy in Paris who's kidnapped? Well, took 3 hostages, and apparently he's got a bomb.
Oh, surely not. Oh, that wouldn't happen in Europe, would it?
No. No, you won't hear that on our news.
Oh, unbelievable. Paris is just an absolute... It's just a joke now, isn't it? There's no romance left. It's absolutely ruined.
It's a shithole now.
We got Merkin. Bring him in. Bring him in. Yeah. Have you heard about automation, love? When we're going to have swathes unemployed off the back of that. That's the debate we need. Not whether or not we should be having migration. It's whether or not we can save our jobs or convert our jobs into something else. Incredible. Okay, I'll have a look at that. Thank you, Thomas. Thank you.
Yeah,
I'll have a
not a
look
problem.
and I'll see if I can find that story. Is there anything else that you wanted to say, sir?
No, the only thing I know about pedos is they all should be shot, every last one of them.
I think they should have their bollocks chopped off. Excuse my French. It reminds me of the old Not the 9 o'clock news sketch, you know. Chop off their bollocks!
Nah.
Or their goolers.
That's the Scouse way of doing it.
No, I'd sooner shoot them.
Well, yeah. Well, yeah. I mean,
Finish with their hand. They can't play. They might lose their bollocks, but they've still got their hands to mess with kids. And I'd sooner just shoot them so they're not on the face of the earth anymore.
Okay, I've got a question for you. What's the bigger problem in this world? Pedophiles or psychopaths?
Well,
Both.
I reckon it'd be psychopaths, because I think all Muslim terrorists are basically psychopaths, because you got to be in the right mind to run up to someone with a bomb strapped to them and press a button.
They're just mad, though, aren't they? I mean, they're indoctrinated with some Mickey Mouse religion.
Yeah, they seem to...
Tooth fairy stuff. 40 virgins? Oh, come off it.
Yeah. But they probably not had any sex all their lives. Willingly.
surprised.
So they think, when we get to heaven, I'll be able to have 27 virgin women doing what I like with them. And that's probably what it is.
Stupid doctrines written by Roman Catholics.
Some people talk about chemical castration. I think that's way too good for them. And I think we need something more symbolic. And that's why I wonder about, literally chopping off their ghoulies. I mean, that would presumably be some kind of a disincentive, no? Killing people, I don't know. I mean, I have to say, I do have moral scruples about taking a life, frankly. But and in any case, with any judgment like this, it's got to be 100% sure. But I mean, there's no question. What are we doing at the moment? We're sending them to prison, and they're mixing with more radical idiots, and it just makes the whole thing worse. They come out and we definitely need to do something. I'd rather see him shot than nothing. That's for sure. But go on, Thomas.
Yeah, DNA's improved a lot now. So for the fact that if you get someone as DNA evidence, just shoot them. But shoot them in the street so everyone can see it happening.
Oh, mate,
this is hardcore. Do it on the field.
That's hardcore. You don't want your kids to see that sort of stuff.
No, I don't mean kids. Kids can stay indoors, but all the other pedos need to see what's getting done.
That's the sort of thing they do in Saudi Arabia, though, isn't it? I mean, do we really want to debase our moral values to that level?
But what's the other alternative?
I know it's tempting.
Send them to prison for 15 years and feed them and let them out to do it again.
I feel physically disgusted that the taxpayer is in any way supporting their lives, I have to say. We've got Lynn Scott here as well. Lynn Scott, God bless you. What would you like to say, my dear? Not paying attention. Not paying attention, Lynn. We got Lopi back. Lopi, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
I can. Look, I'm just going to read a few comments because I've been neglecting our comments. And then, so Thomas Bell, I don't mean to bring this up. Please, I'm pleased you did bring it up about the BBC. Yeah, absolutely. They didn't want to tell us about Jimmy Savile. And what else didn't they want to tell us about? What about Jill Dando? What did she know? And Barry George took the rap. Then it turned out he was a patsy. They released him from prison. Why was she killed? What did she know? She was on Crime Watch, wasn't she? She was very close with the child, Esther Ranson's charity. I do wonder.
I think she used too much information.
This is here. I've got to go, but I wanted to tell you.
Go on, Loki.
One, I don't care. I think instead of using animals for all the testings, we should use all the pedos. Bring back public hanging and all that sort of thing. Put them in the stocks because chopping their tits and willies off is not going to make them better. Because we've got the children, the people that they're doing this to, that are affected for the rest of their lives, don't have a day of solace from it. Those people can have a day of solace in jail on our dollar. You know, they can have their willies chopped off. They can have their tits chopped off. I don't care what they do.
Anthony Partington says, whatever it takes to protect children, we should do no matter what it is.
Exactly.
Yes. Yes. Chris Rumbold, Jay Saville, Jimmy Savile, Rolf Harris, Stuart Hall, all convicted, all work for the BBC. A few more I can think of. Go on, Lopi, sorry.
Protecting them, but James, boy, after it's happened, they need to be able to figure out how to deal with it every day, because you smile and you go into your life and you're not to pretend that it doesn't happen, and then you have a smell or you see a color or you see, and you're right there all over again, and it's not fair. It happened to me when I was 6 years old. I'm 42 fucking years old, and I still freak out about it once in a while.
I love it.
And you think I'm going through life with, like, I had bad shit all my life happen, right? Good, and this happened when I started out as a child. It doesn't go away. Drug a person and say, here, have some Ritalin, you'll be better. It doesn't work because you can't get it out of your mind. Trigger out of your mind and it puts you right there again. When I see an all-terrain vehicle, I remember that situation because that's when it happened. It was a happy day. I was going out with a family member, riding on the four-wheeler, and then the family member decided to nasty, and my whole life changed. Cozy anymore. It was, and that's the thing that I want people to realize.
Of course.
Protecting a child is one thing, but helping the person when they're 42 years old still going back. Stop the memory. You go back to being a 4-year-old child again. I'm saying.
Dopey, thank you. Aye. And you're right, because it doesn't just hurt the child. It does permeate throughout society. And that's the deeper problem. And also it was used by politicians to subvert democracy, which of course also affects society. But the fact that somebody has to carry this with them through life, what a cross to bear, huh? And when so many, God knows how many tens of thousands in the UK every year, that's what it sounds like, no? 2100 in Rotherham, in Rochdale, wasn't it? 1400.
That's why a lot of people
girls,
keep quiet about it.
3 girls. The documentary talked about 1400. They now reckon the figure was more like 21 or 2200. That's one area of Manchester. And the lady that produced the report, she said, I tell you, it's going on at towns the length and breadth of the country. Now, what effect that's having to those kids now is one thing, and my God, that's the worst thing of all. But then the effect it's having on them for the rest of their lives, as Lopi just said, and as a result, for their relationship, their self-confidence, their relationships with everybody else. And we all are at 7 degrees of separation. We all know each other within 7 people all over the planet. That's how close we are. That's how easy potentially it is to get the message out about this. If we really, really want to. And I know it hurts. My God, who didn't cry over what they read about Savile? An iron heart if you didn't. If it didn't touch you. And it does. It affects our society, and it affects our opportunity as a nation, and it affects not only our society, but societies the world across. Lopi, thank you so much. Thank you. We've got Helen here.
But
Go on.
the point, I don't like going and spreading all my.
No, you've never said anything like that before. No, bless you.
That doesn't go away. Protecting children is one thing, but the residual is like a cum stain on a hotel, still gonna be there. You wash it, how much you wish it to go away, it'll still be there. It doesn't take much to go and put you back to being a child again. And it could be part of why, I have so many health issues. Part of why I have trust issues, why I have relationship problems. That's when I was starting life, when it's supposed to be roses and everything is tainted because somebody said they're bigger and better and they can do this to me. Once it happened twice, not with the same person. The silver lining is I still don't think man is bad. I think there are bad, there are lots of good people out there. And unfortunately, I fell in line with two of them, two, and one I wasn't. And, dust yourself off, go on. That is just a pebble in the river, that you cast. And I'm better off now.
It's incredible how prolific it is.
Not just the children. You've got to think about when they get older.
Yes.
More children that experience this side within the first year of it because they can't deal with it. They feel dirty. They're ashamed. They don't have their family to talk to. Their family doesn't understand and will not understand.
Quite happened to me recently in the last couple of years. When you do try to reach out for help, so the police or whomever, you're the criminal. Yeah.
Lopi, please, Lopi, darling, please speak closer into your microphone because
my nurse here, she was saying that when you go to the police, you're treated like the criminal when you're the victim.
Yes.
Dead.
Yes, that's exactly what they did with. We saw that in the Three Girls drama doc, huh?
And it's not that. Nobody asked to be treated or touched or molested or anything by anybody because of the way you're dressed or not dressed. We don't wear burqas in the Western world because we're supposed to be able to.
We like to look people in the face, don't we? I think we like to look people in the face.
Well, that's the only reason why animals, the Muslims wear the burqas, so they don't have that problem. Feeling they can do stuff.
You think that's the reason? You think that's the reason? Is that you're under the impression that that's the reason that they wear burqas to protect themselves?
It's not the main reason. It's one of the reasons that they don't. It doesn't entice to do that. When a man
said the history of.
I'm not promoting it.
Oh.
But what I'm saying is that's the mentality. If they stop the process,
yes,
it won't happen. You get what I mean?
Yes. Um,
whole idea, the idea of wearing the burqa for the women, so that other men don't have that feeling. But I'm not saying we should all do that, because in the Western world and in a proper world, people know the difference between right and wrong.
yeah,
Animals should have that barrier.
I think we do. I mean, it's just, treat other people the way you expect to be treated. I mean, it's as simple as that, isn't it? I mean, it ain't rocket science, is it? And then we have people like Tommy Robinson who try to expose this. And that Leeds court case, as I understand it, was a particularly big Pakistani child rape gang. Not grooming. That's too polite a word, yeah? It's child rape and mass child rape per sitting as they pass them around the room. And as I understand it, one sec, Lopi, as I understand it, there were about 30 defendants in that case, including so-called public servants. I think at least one councillor, for example. That's the reason that was denoticed, that case, and we're not reading about it in the British press. And if anybody wants to send me some links to particular stories on that I can just check out and then share. I'm not based in the UK. I'm based in Spain. I am not touched by a denotice. I will put everything up there. But I think we can all find it online anyway. But that was a particularly big ring with particular VIP connections. And that, it seems to me, is the reason why Tommy Robinson was put inside by that judge, who was also a witness to what he called contempt of court. Is there not a bit of an issue with the witness being the judge? I'm just asking, yeah. Lopi, people, well, they love you, and they want to say, to stretch out their heart to you, girl. Lauren Kane and Maureen Smith. God bless you, Lopi. It must be hard. Karma to all the pedos. God help the innocent children. And Yvonne Tierney and Amanda Thompson and other folks, Lopi, yeah? I don't know if you
Thank
can
you,
still
but
hear
I don't want people to pray for me. I want their kidney, for one, because I'm going up for a kidney donor.
Yeah.
Go
I
and
know.
help
She's on dialysis
and
at the moment.
people, our children or adults, because even though an adult goes on through life, and you have a trigger, and you're right back there, and you're in tears. So it's almost like bipolar.
Like bipolar.
See a color.
Yeah.
You're a 4-year-old child. You're stuck, and you don't know what to do because you're grown and you should be over it.
Yeah, no,
because that's what society says.
Yeah, no.
Get over it.
Well, I hear what you say also about psychosomatics and how carrying that kind of weight with you would affect other aspects of your life, including your health. I hear you. Paul Hart says
one of the ways that I think either grow up that make it to adulthood, and a lot of children that are involved in this situation commit suicide.
Yeah.
An outlet, they don't have a way to figure it out. I myself am a very strong person. I'll kick a bull in the mouth when he comes at me. That's the way I am.
You can be a feisty bird. We know that.
But the thing that is, need to be able to have somebody that understands that you don't get over it. So in one way for you to heal from it or suffer. Because I'm suffering. I want him to suffer too.
You want what? You want what?
Edward situation. Red hot poker. Put nails under his fingernails and shove them up there. I want him to be tortured every day of his living life. And where he sits there watching telly, getting an education or doing whatever. I want him tortured because that's what he did to me every day. It's eye for an eye. That's what God says. Eye for an eye.
Well, that's what the Old Testament says. Okay, let's take a few comments. Aye, this is pretty fascinating. How, as usual, for all the wrong reasons. Ellie Young, you never get over being abused as a child. Maureen Smith, same with Melanie Shaw, a poor victim. Melanie Shaw, like Tommy, yeah, banged up after a hidden trial, yeah. I don't think that she had a jury, did she? And she went inside for 2 years for helping to expose precisely the sort of thing that Jon Wedger is now exposing, which is one of the reasons why he is such a brave guy. And I will be patient with his telephony and get him back on the show. Maureen Smith, rape and torture. They're sick, says Richard Markham. Amanda Thompson. The only reason they wear them is burqas, I guess, is because the men can't contain their self-control, which we're seeing all over Europe, aren't we? We're seeing it. They're seeing it in Sweden, aren't they? Something else that the fake stream media was laughing at Trump having brought up. It turns out he was spot on, no? Malmo, the rape capital of Europe. The men must have no control, says Maureen Smith. The justice system is a joke, points out Donna MacDonald. And this is a large part of the problem, isn't it? Because the judiciary is in cahoots with the police, with the politicians, and we know from what Fortescue said, from what's come out about Ted Heath, what was his name? Mike Veal, Wiltshire Police top cop, said he was 120% sure that Ted Heath was a paedophile. And guess what? He goes off on sick leave a couple of months after that, and then he's pensioned off with a 2 million pension a couple of months after that. And this, I can't remember if it was this government or it was a Cameron government, but it was the same bunch of crooks shut down that investigation into the guy that took us into the EEC. Was he bribed to do it and therefore throw away everything that our grandparents fought for a fascist construct? Yes, a fascist construct. Yes. Juncker, when he was Prime Minister of Luxembourg, was setting up a tax haven for all these, the eBays or whatever. For people that weren't even trading in the country necessarily. He was sorting that out with tax haven. What is that as the Prime Minister, if not fascism? Young Claude Wanker, whatever your name is, you're a bloody fascist, man. We've got Lynn Scott here. Hey, Lynn, can you hear me?
I can.
Did you hear what Lopi said?
No, the line was terrible. It was completely broken up and echoey, and I hardly heard a word of it. I wished I had heard, but...
Well, blimey. So what would you like to say, my dear?
I was just hoping to speak to John, bless him, but...
Yeah, so was I. A lot of people were. This show was... I'll tell you what, the most important show that I ever, produced. And it still is an important show, largely thanks to Lopi and her account. And James, thanks to you giving us an update on the Free Tommy.
Yeah. Are
But
we
in
going...
in terms of John, I will bring him back because he, like Michael O, who was on last week, ex-Metropolitan Police, ex-MOD, and I asked him, would you go so far as to agree with me that the UK has become a police state? And he said, yes, I would.
I'd have to agree as well.
These people, these white hats, whether they're from the military, from politics, because my God, there must be one or two.
When you live in a country where you
there
can't
has to be some white hats. Or whether they're from the police or from the NHS, public service predominantly, teachers, these people in positions of respect. We need them more than anyone. We need the whistleblowers. That's why the Edward Snowdens, the Julian Assanges are so important. Because otherwise we're on here having a chat, the rest of us, and we haven't got as much credibility. Let's face it. Let's be honest. But yeah, people are waking up. We are waking up. There is a chrysalis of awareness going on about the way this world is run. We're seeing it. We're learning it. People are... They don't want to hear it. Of course they don't want to hear it. None of us wanted to hear it. But eventually you realize that, my God, you know what? This is way bigger than me. Especially if you're a parent, for God's sake, or a teacher, for example. Very, very hard to get your head out of that sand. It's like quicksand. They're sucking you in. This Bilderberg law. Sucking you in with their common purpose, common core. But the fact is that people are waking up. And these whistleblowers, they help us to speed up that process exponentially. Exponentially. So I will get John back on the show. My God, yeah. Lynn, is there anything else you wanted to say, my dear?
No, I'm having tech issues tonight, Ollie.
No, you're having some technical issues.
And it's coming in and out, and I've got a black screen at the moment, so I'll just no, thank you. Yeah.
You know, it has been one of those shows.
Anyone with any
sense blimey, hold on. Oh, it really has been one of those shows. Yeah. Blimey, I tell you what, nightmare. I think I want to thank Lopi more than anyone else tonight, eh? God bless you, Lopi. God bless you, Lopi. I want to say a big cheers to James Gore for giving us an update on Saturday, sir, and for not singing, bless you.
I've got a lovely bunch of coconuts.
Yeah. To Lynn Scott, to Thomas Whitelock, to all you lot for your comments. Thank you.
I'm just bashing me book, really.
Hey? You doing what?
I'm bashing me book and speaking to you. It helps me alleviate my mind a bit.
Oh, mate.
So I don't get fidgety.
Oh. I'll tell you, I sit here and fidget.
I'm really clumsy, mate.
Hold on, Carl's popped in. Carl, hello, Carl. Too late, bless you. Tomorrow, 7 o'clock. I will try and get John in. I'm interviewing him for something else at midday tomorrow. I will talk to him then about getting him back on this show too. You've been watching The Daily Chaos. I remain Ollie Connolly. I'll see you tomorrow at 7. Here's to us and bugger plutocracy.
And we will be taking down the banks because I'm going after them.
Cool, bless you. Lopi, you still there?
God, it's fantastic.
That's lovely. I'm here.
God bless you, darling. God bless you. I'll catch you later in the week, eh? I hope.
Don't forget, I want your kidneys.
You want me kidney? She wants a kidney.
Need a kidney. I'm going on the 5th of July. I go for my full body MOT.
Blimey.
just to make sure that I get on the list properly.
Lopi,
I have
Lopi,
find out nothing else is wrong.
we'll talk about this next time you're on. We'll talk about this next time you're on. God bless you.
Lopi, have you got like?
Hold on, James, for
problems?
crying out! No. Look, just drain in the swamp. Go, Don. Oh, Trump. Yeah, excellent, superb. God bless you. Right. Good news. Yeah. Catch you tomorrow, 7 o'clock.